Black Lightning is coming to the CW on January 16th with Cress Williams in the title role. But since he's not an iconic DC Comics staple like some of the other CW heroes, some people might not be as familiar with him as they are with The Flash or Green Arrow. So the AV Club has prepared this quick introduction to who Black Lightning is and why his TV show is one worth paying attention to in the already crowded superhero landscape. Here's the first thing you need to know. Unlike Arrow and The Flash, Black Lightning takes place in a separate universe, meaning there probably won't be any crossover between this show and the others. Of course, they said the same thing about Supergirl, and that show now meets up with the others at least once a year. Black Lightning might end up doing the same thing, but that'll probably depend on how successful its first season is. Over in the comics, Black Lightning holds a pretty huge honor. He was the first black superhero to headline his own book at DC, and the creation of that book was a minor miracle all on its own. As the story goes, DC had originally approved a comic called The Black Bomber that would have been about a racist white guy who transforms into a black superhero when stressed, with neither persona being aware of the other. However, since that's clearly one of the worst ideas of all time, DC enlisted writer Tony Isabella and artist Trevor Von Eden to come up with a black superhero idea that wasn't stunningly racist. Isabella and Von Eden created Jefferson Pierce, a man from a rough area of a major city who worked as a principal at a local high school by day and as a mass vigilante called Black Lightning by night. Naturally, his powers have always revolved around electricity, including generating it from within his body and manipulating it in various ways, like shooting lightning bolts and making electric force fields. He also has super strength and durability, which aren't electricity related, but it's tough to be a superhero without them. Despite his flashy powers, Black Lightning traditionally prefers defending his hometown and protecting his wife and daughters over battling intergalactic threats. That means that he rarely gets opportunities to join A-list hero groups like the Justice League or throw down in major crossover events, though he was a fixture of Batman's underground superhero team, the Outsiders, in the 80s. When Lex Luthor was somehow elected president, Jefferson Pierce accepted a position as his Secretary of Education. He believed he could do more good within the administration than outside of it, but his double life as Black Lightning eventually forced him to step down. Luthor's reign didn't last long anyway, though, because even a purposefully evil comic book government sometimes works better than the real one. The show will keep Black Lightning as a local hero, making Williams Jefferson Pierce a retired crime fighter who has to put his suit back on and start zapping villains when his family is threatened by a gang called the 100. In the comics, the gang's members have some supernatural abilities that are fueled by general human misery. And while that might seem a bit too weird to survive the transition to a live-action CW show, it's worth noting that a guy with lightning powers isn't all that grounded as it is.
Sent you a car?
Yeah.
It was nice.